This morning in the opening bell ceremony, you said internet has never been safe. So
Yes.
what kind of services your company provide to keep the internet safer, make it safer?
So the internet and the web, which sits on the top of the internet, has not been designed to be safe. It was designed to be easy to use and be able to collect information, data, but it was not designed to be transactional, to be safe, to be able to do transactions with value. So that's why the internet needs to be reinforced with other technologies like digital identity. That's what we offer. You know, digital identities are your digital certificate that makes you unique. Nobody can fake your identity or replace you.
Who is your target audiences?
So we have two target audiences. We have consumers, like, you want to protect your identity, you want to protect your data, you don't want social media to being able to extract data without your consent. So we provide that technology. We call that WISE ID. So those are apps that you download. So if you lose your mobile phone, if somebody is trying to hack you, the data will be encrypted. They cannot be used. We put microchips. Those are very tiny microchips that you put inside drones.
Like physical chips?
Yeah,
into
exactly,
the
a physical chip.
Okay.
And inside the chip, you put an identity. Actually, we do that in China. We do it in many places around the world where that identity...
Like luxury goods? Bags?
Yes. We actually started with luxury goods, like watches. Switzerland produces 25 million beautiful luxury watches, but we have 250 million copies. So if you buy a 20,000 watch, you don't want to buy a copy one, right? And we also put in the same technology in connected cars, and they are now sending data to clouds. It's very dangerous, a connected car, that data gets intercepted and modified, because a hacker could then basically accelerate your car or manipulate your car. So the communication between your car and the cloud is encrypted by our services. And we are doing that with drones. We are doing that with spare part, medical products. 50% of the pharmaceutical products on the internet are fake. We are using the same technology to ensure that every time you buy something, you with your mobile phone, you can just check then what you're buying is a genuine product or not a counterfeited product.
How big is this market? Because in terms of the financial respect, I know your company hasn't been profitable since the inception.
Yes.
So what's the profit coming from? How big?
So that's one of the reasons coming to the United States and the NASDAQ, right? Because Switzerland is a small country, so companies cannot get as big as we could just by staying in that small market.
Yeah, you have already been listed in Switzerland.
But that's good for being in Switzerland. It's good visibility. But if you really want to compete against the major players, you have to come into the United States and you have to come into the NASDAQ, right? On the Internet of Things, we are connecting 1 trillion objects in the next 20 years. So everything is going to be connected to the Internet. In this room, maybe you have now 20 objects connected to the Internet. This room, in 10 years' time, will have 1,000 objects connected to the Internet. And 5 years later, we'll have 1 million objects connected to the Internet. So all that needs to be secure. All that needs to be authenticated.
What's the benefit of everything connected to the internet?
Because the future fourth industrial revolution is becoming, the world is going to become like an organism. Everything, every single thing needs to have an identity, and that thing needs to connect to platforms. Imagine connected cars, imagine traffic lights, imagine sensors.
You are sitting on the board of WiseKey. You and Carlos are not only the business partners, but you are also co-author of this book, The Transhuman Code. So tell us more about this book.
What was occurring was that technology was beginning to transform virtually every industry that we knew. And over the next couple of years, through the contributions of many wise women and men, Carlos and I began to formulate a position on the importance of making sure that humans stayed at the center of gravity in that relationship with technology. So in the absence of a global governor of technology, someone who's going to decide what technology, where, and when, it really behooves all of us, the users of technology, you and I, enablers of technology, advisors like myself, investors, the media, and equally the developers of technology to ensure that we're doing more good for more people than we were without the technology that we have. The next generation of dialogue that Carlos and I are facilitating now and we'll be launching at Davos early in January is about the ethics of the application of artificial intelligence. trust is a key issue, and WiseKey has been a pioneer in the development of and the establishment of protocol and tools for trust since their beginning 20 years ago.